My name is Neo. You don't know me, but that's okay. It lets me stand for all of the faceless ones. You know, the people you'll never meet, never see. But I know you. I see you. Every day, in love and sorrow. I see you. The world is falling down, all around you, every day. Most of you don't even notice. You're so immersed in your lives that it comes to you as 30-second snippets on the evening news between commercials. Grainy photograph in Time magazine, in a newspaper somewhere. Something that's too bad. Something that it's someone else's responsibility to solve, to fix, to heal. Something that doesn't apply to you. How can it? You have to worry about your overtime, your mortgage, your car payment. How can a blindness half a world away apply to you? Things have to change. Something has to change. Things will change. Now, it's time. Everyone and everything has a purpose. This is mine. To come here, to tell you that not only does this apply to you, all of you, but that there is an answer out there. An answer woven into the very fabric of the reality you take for granted. For 2,000 years, human beings have cried out for peace, cried out for someone to save them, when in truth the only thing that will stop your self-destruct program is maybe a revelation, not a redeemer. An entirely new way to see. This is what I'm here to show you. The world beyond the world. The code behind humanity's self-destruct program. To show you how to distinguish the illusions that you have been raised to believe from the reality you choose to create. And to help you understand that up until now, every attempt to unite the human race in peace has failed. Because every attempt has simply tried to add another layer of illusion. The way you are now, everyone is someone else's infidel. Everyone is someone else's terrorist. Everyone is someone's enemy. Through the looking glass, everyone is someone's mother, brother, loved one. But that doesn't seem to matter as much in the end, does it? Because every single human being believes absolutely that the construct they exist in is right, without ever being aware that a construct is all it is. Think about it. If your entire life is lived within walls painted to look like the sky, you'll never know anything different. You reject those who tell you that the sky entire is out there, beyond those walls. It's what you know. What you've done is learned well to paint your own walls, and then give up lives, yours, your children's, to defend them. And each one of you sees it through a different filter. Every single one of you believes that you're defending the sky. So who's wrong? And who's right? And regardless, when you're all dead, tell me, is it worth it? I'm here to try and show you the seams inside your world, to show you to see what I see, to teach you, let's say, the difference between collective and subjective reality, to help you realize, at last, that the world painted on those walls is simply an illusion of safety, and that even if you choose to go on believing in that illusion, the operative word there is choose. Choice is everything in defining reality. This may not be the answer for all of you. It doesn't have to be. But what I do is all I am, and what I give is all I have. My life here exists only to try and reach out, just enough to remind you that all of you are human, no matter where you come from. To maybe bring a vision that has never been brought before, for the faintest of chances at real peace, before it's too late. Right now, you can choose to simply walk away at this point. If nothing else, it illustrates that that power is entirely yours. So even if you decide right now that you don't want to hear another word, maybe, just maybe, it'll spark off something within you anyway, just the same. Or you can stop, listen, open your eyes and your mind to what we're about to tell you, and you might be surprised. Because once you know what the magician knows, you can no longer be taken in completely by the illusion. And once you see what the architect sees, what the programmer sees, you can see the framework beneath your world and remake it as you choose to. Because you know what must stand and what is only decoration. Safety. Listen.
To this end, a story. There's a man walking around out there in the world, just like you. And just like you, he's searching for something. He's never comfortable, always miserable. Doesn't matter what he uses to fill the gap, fill the hole in his life. He can never quite get comfortable. And he wonders why, no matter what he does, he's never quite comfortable. So he keeps wandering around and wondering, what is it that I'm not finding? What am I not understanding? He keeps looking, and eventually, someone sees him looking, and he runs into a group of people who are wearing these immaculate white shirts. Spotless, perfect white shirts. And they say, well, the reason that you're miserable is because you're cold. You need a shirt to cover you up. Once you have a shirt to cover you up, everything will make sense. Everything you're worrying about will go away. You'll be warm. You'll be comfortable. You know, wear our white shirt. You see us? We're wearing our white shirts, and we're warm, and we're comfortable, and we're together. We stand for each other. These shirts don't have a stain on them, and we're comfortable. So he says, all right, seems to make perfect sense, and he puts on a shirt. And of course, in the beginning, he feels really warm. It makes a huge difference to him. If you've ever been outside in the cold and then suddenly put on a jacket, you recognize that first rush of warmth, how comforting it is. It's extraordinary. And the man says, wow, this is what I was missing. It must be. It feels so different to him. And so the white shirt and the people who gave it to him begin to take on an amazing talismanic cast in his mind. This white shirt is what saved him, what made his life worth living again, what made his life comfortable. And instead of continuing to search, his search is over, right there. He thinks he's found everything he needs. And even as he goes around and about his life convinced that he has everything he needs, certain things begin to change because of it. He doesn't realize it. It never comes up. Until the day that his friends, his old friends, the people he cares about, finally catch up with him. They say, hey, we've missed you. You look a little better. How have you been? And they hold out their hand. And he looks at their hands, and he looks down at his immaculate white shirt, and some of these friends have always made a living with their hands. So maybe they have grease on their knuckles, or dirt or paint on their palms, and they love their lives this way, and they don't think anything of it. Neither did he before. But he looks down, takes a step back, and says, sorry, I can't shake your hand. I might mess up my shirt. The shirt's all I've got. Sorry. And he turns away from them. And then he begins to avoid people altogether who aren't wearing shirts like his. Because, you know, if you put a colored shirt and a white shirt, or a dirty shirt and a white shirt in the wash together, the colors run. Your shirt gets stained. He doesn't want to risk that. And as he goes through his life, he begins also to avoid things that might teach him things. Because after a while, he realizes that despite his shirt, maybe he is still missing something. The shirt wasn't quite everything. He feels guilty every time he thinks of it. But still, sometimes deep in the night he thinks that there's something somewhere that he could learn or know or see. But because the shirt is the thing that saved him, he clings only to the shirt, puts the shirt ahead of everything else, and thus puts aside the things that could help him, because these things might mess up his shirt.